Today we take our last step on the road to follow the series that is Grand Theft Auto. Today we're talking about Grand Theft Auto 4, the first game in Grand Theft Auto for the PlayStation 3 and other next-gen consoles. The question is, how does it hold up, and how will it hold up when compared to its newest member, Grand Theft Auto 5? Let's find out. Let's get things started with the gameplay. Now the gameplay for Grand Theft Auto 4 did a lot of things right and a couple things wrong. What they did right was, they improved the shooting control dramatically. This is the closest you're going to get to a third-person action shooter. They also improved the driving, however they may have done so too much. Driving is now much more realistic. However, if you're used to playing the other games where you can pretty much turn on a dime in any vehicle you're in, this is going to be disappointing to you. However, I can't really fault the game for being too realistic. Another couple of flaws was that they took out a lot of the customization elements. You can no longer change your hair, you can no longer change your beard, you can no longer change your build, things of this nature. You can't change your melee attacks. They really, what they call streamlining, I call simplifying. And it was simplified to the point to where it was too much. They took too much of the innovation out of the previous title in order to make this one run a lot smoother. However, all that said, overall I give the gameplay for Grand Theft Auto 4 an 8 out of 10. I felt like they did take a few steps backwards. What they did right, they did really well. Next I would take a look at the soundtrack. None of the songs really stick out in my mind as being, must listen to songs really. I will say the voice acting is really well with one notable exception, and that is the main character himself. We'll get to that more in the story as to why I don't particularly like this one. I will say otherwise everybody did a great job with voice acting. The sound effects are really good, actually improved from San Andreas. And so overall I'll give the sound for this game a 7 out of 10. They did an above average job, the music could have been better, and the main character was just terrible. Next I will take a look at the graphics. This was the first game in the series to appear on PlayStation 3 and other next-gen consoles, and it definitely looks it. Textures are much smoother, the city looks absolutely beautiful, and in fact everything from the rain effects to water to the way clouds look to everything just looks remarkably more realistic than it ever has in this series before. On top of that, you'll get no texture pop-ins after particularly cutscenes, which plague a lot of particularly PlayStation 3 games, but games in general. And so overall I give the graphics for Grand Theft Auto 4 a 9 out of 10. They did a great job with this, and it's really going to be interesting to see what they do with Grand Theft Auto 5. Next up we'll take a look at the story. Now the story in this game sees you playing the role of Niko Bellic, a Russian immigrant on the run, trying to make a new start in America. Now honestly, I really like this guy, I'll be honest with you, he's definitely a downgrade from Carl Johnson and Tommy Vercetti. Two characters who, yes, they were on the wrong side of the law, but you could identify with them and you wanted to see him succeed. I'll be honest with you, I didn't want Niko to succeed. I didn't like Niko. I thought he really was a bad guy. This is the first time I actually felt like I was playing a villain. On top of that, his voice actor, it doesn't sound like a person who is Russian. It sounds like an American doing a Russian accent. Now, admittedly, I've only met one person from Russia in my entire life, but I'm willing to wager they all don't sound like Yakov Smirnoff. Call it a hunch. Now, the story is he's fucked up royally, basically, while he was in Russia and had to get out. And now he comes to America to meet his cousin Roman. In all honesty, if Roman was the main character of the game would have been at least 10 to 15 points better on the scale. Because he's just a better character. He's the likable one. He's the one you want to see succeed. Now, through a series of events, bad shit happens and you have to get revenge against someone. I'm not going to give away who. And honestly, that part of the story is actually pretty good. There are some legitimate twists and turns. However, particularly towards the end, we see a lot of old cliches from past Grand Theft Auto games come back, which I really didn't think was necessary. And overall, the story just leaves you feeling somewhat disappointed compared to the elation you felt after completing Vice City or San Andreas. And so overall, I give the story of Grand Theft Auto 4 a 6 out of 10. It's above average, but honestly when you compare it to the classics, it really fell short, at least to me. Finally, let's take a look at customer care. This game launched with no bugs and no glitches. I found none in either my playthrough when I first bought it and my recent replay. I think Rockstar did a hell of a job with this game as far as that goes, and so I give Grand Theft Auto 4 a perfect 10 out of 10 for their customer care. Overall, this game earns a 40 out of 50. It is a dynamite game. Is it the best of the Grand Theft Auto series? In my opinion, no. But is it a good game? Oh hell yes. If you have a way to play it, I'd highly advise you pick it up today. That's it for this review. For more reviews or anything else gamer related, please head over to holdtheline.com. Until next time, my name is Vega Goose saying, that's my opinion, what's yours? I'll see you next time.